Cerrit, you hear in your stone. Wingspan, this is Clear Eye.
I hear you, Clear Eye.
What's happening?
You sound so afraid. Don't be.
You see that the stone gets grabbed by your son, who says, Dad, this is Talon. We're back in where? And you hear the voice of your wife, Rain, go, Darling, we are in Grissar. All is well. Let me speak to your father. Okay, better code names. And you see, she says, Wingspan, I'm here. They're both here. They're both here. Tell me you're coming.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry I was never there. I'm sorry I never saw you or them. If I can, I promise I will make it up to you.
That's a promise, Dad. That's a promise. Darlings, I want you to go inside. Everything's gonna be all right. You hear the noise of your children. Darling, is this goodbye?
No. No. Those children are the best thing we ever did. And it's gonna take a lot more than this to stop me from getting back to them and you.
You begin to hear the rumbling. Darling, I want you to know, don't in your heart have this, don't feel regret. Moments seem like they're gonna last forever all the time. You look for problems, darling. I know you see the moments that you weren't there. Our children loved you, and I do too. You're a great father. You're a great man. And I don't know why. The eruption of energy, the stone goes dark. You hear the noise of collapse in the labyrinth outside. Cerrit, in this final moment, knowing that there's chaos outside, the halls are crumbling, energy is being released. Do you attempt to keep your promise to try and make your way out, or do you accept what is to come?
I'll move to the door. And look, my children deserve that. My eyes go wide, feathers up.
Can I send him across the bond? The labyrinth that I know so well, like directions to the closest viewing window that he could potentially make his way out of.
The directions to the yes, absolutely. This will be our final roll of this campaign.
You have bardic inspiration.
I do. A D10?
A D10.
And mechanically that's giving advantage, correct?
I do.
You have a die of bardic inspiration. You have advantage. This is the Calamity. DC we are setting is 30.
Is he
And
all the way across the room?
he is most of the way across the room, I believe. Yes. Why?
I'll try to just throw him my talisman. I have a packed boon talisman.
And that adds a D.
A D4 if he fails.
Let's roll the inspiration first.
Inspiration first.
See what you're adding.
8.
Okay. You roll with advantage, and if you fail, you get a D4.
What am I rolling?
Investigation, which is plus now with that inspiration plus 21.
Got this.
It's a plus what?
Plus 21.
That's a 31.
Laren and Loquacious embrace. Your movement is the only thing that saves you, that you can move 150 feet around. Underneath you, Raushan and Kamort are released. You made sure it would work. Fire and earth together. Magma, lava, veins of red opening in the earth. As Avalir crumbles and the magic spreads, sprinting through collapsing tunnels, soaring as fast as you can through tight turns.
We still have some remnant of the telepathic bond.
Yes.
And I reach out to Laren and say, the brass ring endures. I want you to know you gave us a chance.
Just you feel relief.
The continent of Dominus will have been unfamiliar to most people prior to the beginning of our story. Because in the modern age of Exandria, the chain of islands known as the Shattered Teeth is all that remains. The earth opens, and fire and stone shatters a continent. The calamity will last for centuries, and at the end of it, 2/3 of those living beings of Exandria will be no more. Some large amount of that greater number died not only in the first year, but in the first moments of calamity. As Raushan and Kamort, believing that they will rejoin the betrayer gods, are instead unmade, disenchanted, bound to a surging ley line, and fired, diffused through as many realms as the Layrite could send them through. 2 great titans are destroyed. Say what you will about the Age of Arcanum, but great workings were indeed possible. Gone from Exandria, those primordials do not join the betrayers. And as they do not join the betrayers, though it will see centuries of strife and ruin, one day, people of Exandria will triumph. And the calamity will end. Many will be lost. Divinity will be forever sequestered behind the divine gate. But at the end of it all, hope will return, as many times as it needs to. The eruption of ash and fire, molten stone, sends a cloud of ash and shadow that will cover Exandria for 100 years, marking the beginning of this age of ruin. Fire embraces Asia and Nidus, a different fire awaits the first night. And the fire, as brightly as it may burn, does not burn so brightly as your love, which shines the brightest in your last moment, having given this world a chance. Ash, heat, rising faster than you can imagine from the earth. And on a 31, at the very top of that cloud, the last member of the brass ring gets to keep his promise to his family. Fly for weeks over oceans choked by ash and soot. You don't get to give your kids the world that they deserve, but you get to give them the world that they can fight for with you. In that reunion is a memory of this place and time preserved. I don't know that I can promise the future of Cerrit, his wife and their children, nor the future of those children aboard the ships of the Golden Scythe, nor Evandrin and Elias out amongst the stars. We've told a story of the coming of a time of darkness, coming of calamity, of shadow and fire and ruin. In Exandria, I don't know that your story will long be known. I don't know who will remain to tell it, but it did happen, and it did matter. And though calamity is here because of you, it will not be here forever. Thanks so much for watching.